What's up, Galaxy? It's time for Bantha Soup, the show where everything Star Wars related is up for discussion. I am your host, Gil Garcia. Today in the Bantha Tank, we're taking a look at Hasbro's 2015 Black Series Toys R Us exclusive Rancor from Jabba's Rancor pit set. Let's check it out.
A Rancor named Patissa was kept as a pet by Jabba the Hutt in a pit below his palace court, to which he fed anyone who displeased him. Patissa was a gift given to Jabba the Hutt by his majordomo Bib Fortuna. The beast was killed by Luke Skywalker, after which its human handler Malakili could be seen mourning its death. So over the past years, I've owned several different Rancor monsters, and I have got to tell you, none of them come close to how awesome this guy is. The details are just insane. The texture of his skin, the color tones, you can see right off the bat the razor sharp teeth that this guy has, just rows and rows of these wicked looking teeth. His mouth opens up, you can stick figures in there. He's got this awesome like purplish looking tongue that's sticking out. He's insane. This guy's terrifying. He looks like he jumped right out of Return of the Jedi. The details are so awesome that they even put in a real metal earring hoop in his ear. That is crazy. Looking at his big brown belly, you can see all the rivets in his skin texture and these tan highlights painted across. His feet have that same texture and color, and he's got 3 big toes on each foot. Looking at his hide, you can see he's got those armor plates all over his body with the different little horns all spreaded throughout. The same kind of skin texture with different highlights. The paint job looks crazy cool on this. The skin just looks so real. It does kind of have that rubbery feel, really kind of sturdy and strong. His hands are crazy cool. He's got the 4 fingers with those really awesome looking razor sharp claws sticking out. The paint tone looks great. It's got the highlights. His right arm even has this really cool shackle with a chain on it. On the back end of the figure, he's got some horns coming down his back. And you can see these really great armor plates coming down his tail. The texture, the sculpt is awesome. They're just rows of these cool little plates that protect the Rancor, and they've got horns kind of sticking down the middle. Here's all the details on the underbelly of the figure, and what's cool, he's even got details on the pads of his feet. And what's really amazing is the amount of articulation, especially on a figure this size. Black Series goes all out. So he's got a single joint in his jaw, so it opens and closes and you can snap all your figures up. He's got a single joint on his neck, so his neck does rotate 360 degrees. So the arms on this figure are super long, just like in the movie, which is really cool. And they're on this really great ball joint, so they can go up and down on each arm, and then they actually spread open, so you can kind of get this cool like eagle spread on your figure and then close it back in. So really great articulation in his shoulders. He's got a single joint in both of his biceps, so his biceps can rotate left to right, which is really great. Just some more articulation to set up your figure in a kind of really cool stance and display. And because his arms are so heavy, it really comes in handy when you're trying to set him up, so he can actually use his arms to hold himself. He's got a single joint in his wrist, so those do rotate. His left claw does not have any articulation, but it is molded in a way where you can kind of spread it open and stick a figure in there, you know, put Luke in his hand or something like that. But his right arm is really awesome because he's actually got some molded in wires in his fingers, and you can basically articulate his hand any way you want. See his claws? That's really amazing. So you can pose them, move them front, move them back. You can actually spread them out, and that just really makes for a really cool display. His thumb moves. The little claw does not have any articulation, but the claw on his side moves around and both long fingers move, so that's a really great feature. And then of course there's a joint in his wrist. Now on the lower half of the figure, he does have a joint at his thigh, so both of his legs can move up and down. There's not a ball joint here, but on his ankles there's a joint where his ankle can move 360 degrees left to right, and then he's got a joint where his ankle can move up and down. So lots of articulation with his ankles and then with his thighs, so you can really kind of play with them and put him in these really great poses, use his arms to stand him up. Just overall a really solid, well-made figure. Articulation is incredible. He just looks stunning, striking, the paint, perfect fig. Just to show you some of the play value, and this is actually how I display my Rancor here, is I like to put this little Power of the Force Gamorrean in his hand here. So just like in the movie Return of the Jedi, he's about to snack on this Gamorrean guard. Holds him perfectly. Even in his left claw, the way it's molded, it's really cool. You can just kind of spread his fingers open and put a figure in each hand like he's at a Gamorrean buffet. So really fun play value. He doesn't really swallow figures or anything, but you can put figures in his mouth. Rancors were large, semi-sentient reptilian carnivores native to the planet Dathomir, standing around 5 meters tall with their long arms, immense jaws, and armored hides that could withstand blaster fire. They were formidable predators.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, we would really appreciate a like on our video. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube to stay up to date on everything Bantha Soup. We do reviews, we build customs, we talk about everything Star Wars. And check us out on Facebook at Bantha Soup. Send us a comment, send us a message, send us some pictures, give us a like, let's talk Star Wars. Galaxy, thank you so much for watching. My name is Gil, and this is Bantha Soup.